This video will deal with problem 14.4 from Gapenski's Healthcare Finance, 6th edition. Problem 14.4, I really don't like this problem. I think it overcomplicates some issues. But basically it says, okay, you're going to set up a project with some goofy, non-normal cash flows. So you're going to pay $160,000 to set up a clinic. At the end of year one, you're going to earn $1 million. At the end of year two, you're going to earn $1 million. However, at the end of year two, you're also going to pay a fee of $2 million. So your net cash flow in year two is negative $1 million. Now, if you try to do this cash flow in the calculator, it's not going to work to get you IRR. It does work using the Excel formula. So you can just simply put IRR and then the cash flows, and you'll get an IRR of 25%. Now, there's another there's another IRR answer, and I'll show you that in a second. The NPV, however, because of the irregular cash flows, the NPV is going to be 160,000 plus NPV, and it's going to use a corporate cost of capital of 10%. I'll fill that in a second. Meant to have that already. And then here are our cash flows. And let me give that 10%. There we go. So our NPV is negative 77,355. So we've got contradicting. So if you're assuming the corporate cost of capital is 10%, the IRR is 25%, but the NPV is negative 77,000. So should you do it or should you not do it? Here, I think the trick is that you are earning interest on that $1 million, and then you're paying back all the basically all the principal. So it's an odd problem. So when we go, so we get the PV of the cash flows, and the PV of the first cash flow at time zero is itself. The PV of the second cash flow of the cash flow at year one is 1 plus the cost of capital raised to the first. Right? And by now you should be used to me doing that. So 909. The second is 826. So the other way we could calculate NPV then is to simply sum that column. And remember, the IRR is simply the dollar amount, the interest rate that would make our NPV go to zero. So if we change the corporate cost of capital to 25%, then you can see the NPV is going to zero. So there's that. And then we could do the MIRR, and that works here just using the MIRR. And we select the three cash flows. Got to put in the assumed reinvestment rate of 10%, and the financing rate of 10%, and we get an MIR of 6%, or actually it's a little less than that. It's 5.6%. Okay, so there you go. The MIRR says that you'd get 5.6%. So if your cost of capital is 10%, then you shouldn't do the investment.